Okay, so in this video, we are going to be able to finish our base material for our 3D model. Now, again, I want to stress that these hydrology layers are the key to this project, okay? Because we're defining a watershed, and so the hydrology obviously is very important. And I had noticed in my last video that I had a lot of hydrology that was missing. And so I went to the web and I found a good, sorry, I know that's annoying. And I found a good hydrology file, and I put it up here under Watershed Project templates, okay, in Blackboard. So you can use this one if you haven't started your work at all, which isn't good because I want to finish this project hopefully by Tuesday at the end of class, okay? If you haven't started anything yet, use this one, okay? If you've already done your work like I did and you're missing watershed, you're missing boundary, you're missing lakes and rivers, sorry. It's hard to work when I'm using this screen recorder. Things don't always work the way they should. So if you were missing some of these flow lines because that National Hydrography database was just taking forever to download, add the stream and water bodies from that geodatabase that I just put onto Blackboard, okay, and then just symbolize them with that larkspur blue. Okay, and for water bodies, don't have any stroke, and it's going to look like this, and then you can just export that, okay, and bring that into Photoshop, okay, and add a multiply blend mode to it, okay, and then just make a copy of that. Remember, you can just hold down Alt and drag up for a copy. Okay, I don't need two of them. All right, so that's where I'm at right now, okay? And so I've got, everything is looking pretty good. I'm gonna hold down my left mouse button, turn all these guys off because I wanna work a little bit with this environ, whatever we're calling it. I wanna work a bit with this. And I'm gonna hold down Shift, Alt, and it's not working. Okay, so let's give that a multiply filter. Okay, because this base, yeah, that just kind of softens it up a bit. All right, and then I'm gonna turn these guys back on. Okay, I'm gonna close that up. And I may soften streams, and I'm gonna soften this one down to like maybe like 65%. And I wonder if I took this one down a bit. No. Go with the full color. Okay. Okay, last thing, let's turn on our states. And now let's turn on our title block. Okay, so here in our T block, we need to obviously change our name. Okay. And then what we need to do here is, let's see, what's the best way to do this? Let's just make a marquee Okay, so to do this, sorry, sometimes, just tap M for your marquee tool and just make a nice selection in this area, and then go into states and state boundaries. We're going to have to unlock the group, and under state boundaries, just type delete, okay? And then hold down Control and D, and you're deselected. Okay, over here we're going to do the same thing. Let's just make a selection box here, state boundaries, delete that. Okay, and now for your title, okay, leave everything the way it is, but your watershed, oops, oh, there it is, okay. But for the name of your watershed, the name of your watershed goes up here, and then the classification of your watershed goes down here. So you should either be regional or sub-regional, okay? So I'm just gonna click here and change this to Tennessee. And again, please double check that spelling. Okay, now shift click on your two title files, right click, and simply choose link layers. Okay, now let's find the best spot for this. I like it right there. Okay, and now we can lock these guys. Okay, now with the move tool selected, hold down Control, and hopefully that's selected Tennessee, for me, Kentucky. So I'm gonna move that over here. I don't want it that close to my title. I really want my title to be front and center. Okay, now I'm gonna move these three up. So we're talking Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. And then I'm just going to hold down Shift and use my arrows. Okay. And then when you have more than one layer selected and you're in Move, these guys, the Align tools appear. And so simply align to bottom is fine. Okay. And then that should all be good. All right, and then we have our border, and let's close everything up. Let's do a Control save. Control. Okay, last but certainly not least, make sure your scale is correct. Okay, very important. Double check all your spelling. Now, if you're working on a watershed that ends with the ocean, okay, where your water is going to come out into the ocean, let me just put on this for a second. Okay, let me turn these guys off. Okay, and let's just turn off the clipping for now. Okay, you can go to Portal. Actually, what do we got? The environment base looks fine. Okay, so you will have, if you use that environment base, you will have the ocean here. And so you're gonna want to export one environment base that is clipped to your watershed, but then another environment base that fills your canvas, okay? Because you're gonna need the ocean to depict where the water is exiting out of your watershed. Okay, So to finish up in Photoshop, just looks so green. And remember, this can all be tweaked later when I'm doing a rendering. Constantly going back and forth between several programs, okay? So, but I want to see how it's going to look in 3D, okay? Because these colors are gonna change rather dramatically. Okay, so everything should be on except terrain. Remember, we're going to work in 3D with 3 files. We're going to have a height map, a normal map, and then we're going to have a materials map that's made up of all of this. Okay, so again, let's export this as a PNG, and we will call this material base map. Okay. Oh, sorry. I accidentally. So we're gonna, let me show you like this. Quick export as PNG, and then let's just call this material base map. Enter. Okay. So that's it for Photoshop. If you want to take a break, make sure you save all of your work, okay, before you close out. And now in the next series, the last part of this project, we will be working with Adobe Substance, and that is where things are going to get pretty cool. Okay, we're going to start going 3D with this. All right. So we'll see you in that next video.